Okay, I am a natural spender, so I do love to spend money. So I really understand that it can be hard for people to cut back because it is difficult. So today you're going to learn 5 simple money-saving tips that even work for us spenders. And before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. All right, the first tip might come a little bit as a shock, but it shouldn't if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time. But number 1 is to use a monthly budget. Yes. So a budget really does help you have permission to spend money. And so when you are doing a budget, you're going to feel like you got a raise. When you do a budget, you're going to feel in control. And when you actually make this a rhythm in your life, it's not scary or intimidating anymore. It really is, again, this like plan for you and where your money's going. And you're an adult and you get to decide where do you want to spend your money. Now there's some wisdom around it, right? Don't spend more than you make. You want to be giving some and saving some, like all of that. But this is your permission to spend. So when you do a budget, have your income for the month minus all of your expenses, including giving and saving. Put dollar amounts next to each of those categories. And the goal was for your income minus all of those expenses should equal 0. So every dollar has a name. And in the budget, always remember a miscellaneous category. We used that a lot last month, so that's why I'm thinking about it, because stuff is going to come up that you forget about so that it doesn't throw everything off. But it really is. It is an amazing tool to help you. So when you're spending, you do it without this like questioning of, is this okay? All of it. It just gives you the permission to know, yeah, that's how much is in the clothing line item of the budget. Like go and buy some Amazon earrings or whatever it is for you. And if you need help budgeting, EveryDollar is the best budgeting app. It's the one that I use and my husband uses. Like, it's incredible. So I'll put a link down below, and that can really help you build out your first budget. The second way to cut costs is to do a subscription clean out. Now, we talk about this a lot, but it is so real, you guys. Like, Winston and I, we even looked up and we were like, oh my God, we had like an Apple subscription because we were watching like one show on Apple, a Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. Like it just kept going on and on. And we were paying for cable. Ugh, terrible. So the amount of money we were paying for media that we weren't really even using that much of, it was so much. And I think these things have become a rhythm in our lives with subscriptions, whether it's app subscriptions or gaming subscriptions or TV. But go through and actually like look and see what are you using and cancel them. And even if it's like $14.99 or $6.99, like it may not feel like a ton of money month to month, but it adds up so much and it's going to simplify your life. And it is incredible. And Winston and I actually, we cut cable for the first time in 15 years of marriage. We got rid of Comcast. God love you, Comcast. But we did it. We are now normal Americans that don't pay for cable anymore. And it saved us like hundreds of dollars, y'all. Like it was unbelievable what we were paying. So when we re-examined it all, it was like, we can still get the shows we want and the things we want, but let's just do it in a smarter way. So we did it. Now, one annual plan that I am not cutting because it is affordable and it is a must in our house is Delete Me. So Delete Me is an incredible service that goes in and removes your information online. And what happens is we put so much of our information online because we're online all the time, like we're doing so much. So Delete Me goes in and removes your information, and they are phenomenal. They've saved me over 50 hours of doing this, hundreds of websites that they've removed my information from, and it's amazing. And what's crazy is what the internet has on me. Like, and on you. Like if you go and Google yourself and like address, like old addresses will come up where you're like, how did they even know I lived there in like 2012? Like it's just wild what is out there. So make sure to sign up for Delete Me because it really is incredible and it protects your online safety, which we need today. So you can get an annual Delete Me plan for 20% off, which comes out to just $9 a month. So go to joindeleteme.com/Rachel or click the link in the description. All right, the next way to cut back on spending is buying in bulk. So whether you are single, you have roommates, or you have a family, this really is a great way to buy. And it's not everything. Like I've learned perishable goods is not great for us in bulk because we end up wasting stuff. But it really is like some of the stuff, whether it's, paper plates or toilet paper or, paper towels, like all this stuff that we end up using, it really is amazing when you can go into these bulk stores like a Costco or a Sam's. Because if you think about it, a 12-pack of a Kirkland brand at Costco is $2 a roll for paper towels versus a 4-pack at Target is $2.50. So again, over time, like you are saving money when you are buying in bulk. So look at like side-by-side comparisons of things that you use and look at it and do the math and just know. But you are going to save money when you are buying in bulk on things that you use a lot of. And if you have a great family, like it is worth the membership cost. It really is to some of these places like Costco and Sam's Club. Next is meal planning. So if you're not a big cook out there, listen, this is still something you need to do because food is the number one budget buster for most people, including the Cruzes. So go through the week and just have a plan on where your meals are coming from. And when you do this, it simplifies your life, especially dinners. I feel like dinners are always the hardest. It's at the end of the day. If you've been working all day or kids have been in school, everyone's just tired. But if you have an idea of what you're going to make, and again, this can be simple, like spaghetti or something. It doesn't have to be complicated things. But if you're trying to cut costs, cooking at home is going to save you money, and knowing what you're going to cook is going to help you. So if you're spending like $10 a day on coffee, maybe that's something you look at and you're like, okay, I'm going to plan out where I get my coffee, and maybe I get my coffee from home and save that money. So make sure to check out the meal planner and grocery savings guide because, again, food is like the number one budget buster for so many people. So have a plan for it. And number 5, the last way, is just to cut back on impulse spending. So this happens a lot. And what's crazy is the average American, on average, is spending $150 on impulse purchases. And that adds up to $1,800 a year. And I get it. Like, the temptations are everywhere. It is so easy just to like add something in the cart, physically or online, swing by and pick up dinner. But like whatever the thing is, you end up spending so much for conveniences. And so plan those out and just know ahead of time of like, okay, I know this is the plan for the day, and I'm not going to add more to my purchases. I'm not going to spontaneously spend. And if you do that, even for a month, like just try it for a month, you will save so much money. It's like this, even the impulse on Amazon of like, oh, we'll just get that. Just don't. Try like kind of a no spend idea, and it's amazing how much money you will save. All right, these tips have really helped me when it comes to my spending, and they've really become a habit over time. Not perfect at it by any means, but it is something that I've put into place, and it's given me so much peace around money. So if you want to learn what else I do to make the most of my money, keep watching the next video on how I budget, invest, spend, and save my money. You can click to the next episode, or I'll put a link down below if you're listening on podcast. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.